Despite the massive differences between the various cultures around the world, one could agree that they all share a common framework to forge an identity: food. Food can speak volumes about the identity of a culture. Food is prepared with different flavor, preparation methods, and other unique characteristics that help shape a culture. It is often important to address the notion that food only forms an insignificant aspect of a community. People overlook food for developing a cultural perspective and instead focus on concepts like artwork and architecture. These concepts provide immediate information about a culture without the need for closer scrutiny. While food is relegated to a smaller role, it is actually a crucial pillar to human society. People prepare food in order to forge an experience for another. Food creates distinction among cultures. American food prioritizes convenience and comfort. Mexican food highlights careful preparation and liveliness. Canadian food illustrates its deeper French roots. A study conducted by Gina M. Almerico from the University of Tampa focused on the sort of impact food had on people. Almerico makes the statement that the food choices of different cultural groups are often connected to ethic behaviors and religious beliefs. Senior Tabitha Diaz finds food to be an essential component towards distinguishing different groups of people.
Well, I know that in my culture we eat a lot of spicy foods, so I think that the way you prepare the food and like the different food that you are allowed to eat and aren't allowed to eat definitely impacts, who you are and how you view other people who are also understanding of what you eat and what you don't eat.
Diaz believes that food can even go to promote certain character values such as discipline.
If you're a vegetarian, you have to have a lot of discipline to not eat, for example, a chicken sandwich, which sounds really good, but like if you're a vegetarian, again, you can't eat it. So I think it's really helpful to understand like what you can and can't eat.
Furthermore, Spanish teacher Robert Topher also has found food to be a defining part of his heritage.
Growing up, my family's Polish, so eating a lot of Polish food as a celebration of our heritage and where we came from became an important part of my life, especially during the holiday seasons. And coming from a family that enjoys cooking and experimenting with new foods, it shaped me in a way that I'm adventurous in terms of the types of food that I'm willing to try and eat and experience.
Topper also reinforced the idea that food can define cultures, believing the food reflects many things about certain traditions and customs.
There's a lot of values that are promoted by food in the sense of there's traditional foods for people religiously that they can or can't eat during different times of the year. So, some of that is closely related to the values that they believe in, and so food and values can be linked with religion, culture, in terms of what traditions are in those particular places and beliefs, be it the grapes at midnight on New Year's in Spain to not eating certain types of meats in different countries or meats at all, to different kinds of celebrations. People value fun as well with that. Like I said, the Super Bowl, there's going to be a lot of chicken wings eaten this weekend, and I don't know what the value that promotes, but it definitely promotes people, what they associate with events and food.
Senior Mateo Garcia believes food to be important not just for culture, but also for the comfort it provides as well.
I've always loved food, and I've always felt that food always changed my mood in life. If I was having a bad day, I'll just go home and eat some food. It would actually make me feel happier.
Garcia believes food also emphasizes some very important personal values.
I think food creates the value of patience and time to know what you need to do to make food right, and then also at the same time proportions and how much you should eat.
Food is such an incredibly small detail that governs many individuals and societies. Nonetheless, such a fine detail can craft a vivid description about the cultures that exist. Reporting from Downers Grove, this is Vincent Lanes with the Blueprint News Network.